Welcome back. Today we have some news for you. They have an update for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. There's some great news, not so good news, and take it as it is news. And I'm going to report it all with my personal experience as well. So lock in for that update. It's breaking news happening right now within the last 2 hours officially. The patch is out, and we're going to get into a lot of it and show you guys exactly what's happening, because I did a quick test as well. So I want to give you guys a quick look at the actual article. I will have it at the description. It's very small, so we're going to clear it up very quickly. That's pretty much it right there. You're looking at it. I can literally read that in 2 seconds, but we're going to break it down in parts so you can understand this better and go from there. Okay, so first and foremost, one thing to note, and the number one thing, is that this is just a balance update for the most part. They wanted to fix a couple of bugs, a couple of exploits, and some mechanics that weren't working properly. That's what it says in the article, and that's what they addressed for the most part when it comes to the game. Okay, and I am going to display a little bit of footage of me testing out some of these things and making sure that it's working properly or that the changes did happen. Okay, so we're going to just go from the top down on this article and get into it. So the devs say this is for bugs and difficulty scaling issues that affected players' progression at higher level mastery. Okay, they wanted to make sure they make it balanced, varied, and overall enjoyable experience as you increase the challenges within the game. Great. Now, what's the first bug that they fixed? Well, burn damage is used to scale for both players' buffs and enemies' debuffs. Now it should only scale through the enemies' debuffs. Okay, that makes sense. Great. And I like that. I think that, you want a variety of playstyles. I personally have made builds for each single affliction, and burn is awesome and I absolutely love it, but it shouldn't be the only one. And I cannot wait if they add more. I like bleed a lot. There are some things that have bleed on it, but we don't have an affliction that is bleed, so maybe that'll add that later on. We'll see. And the second thing is something I have not tested because it's just something I wouldn't do. But there was a bug where you can go to Toyman and stack up augments for XP, which allowed you to basically exploit the XP system, giving you tons of multipliers so that you can go out there and earn, 300, 400 times XP while you play, which was a big exploit and a lot of people abused it, and it has been fixed from what the patch says. But I would like anyone who has tested that to retest it and let me know if it works or it doesn't. That's not something I'm going to even try. I don't entertain that type of mechanic, but it was in the game. Then they fixed another factor where your augments were actually not saving after a multiplayer session, and then you go to a single player session. That I also cannot test, and we're going to get into why I can't test that one at the end of the video, so stick around so that you can find out the news and get into that. Now, this is the biggest one for me. They basically nerfed two extremely powerful, very powerful items. So you're looking at Heat Wave Molten Skin and the Turtle. These two right here were some of the best in the game, and they went and said no, 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 and shut that idea down big time. And I'm not even mad at that. I get it. It was literally the most powerful in the game, so it makes perfect sense. I was like, I didn't want to ever change these two every time I played. pretty much was like a mandatory for most builds. Survivability was insane, so you can go to high tiers and just cruise through for the most part. And they change it, and I'm okay with this, even though it hurt my soul. And that means that it's still going to be viable. It's still the best, in my opinion, for the most part. But it made it so that you can only get 90% reduced damage. So instead of it being 100%, went down, which I think is okay. I'm okay with that. Now, this is the big one for a lot of people, and I'm sure you guys have used this. It's already been 2 weeks or more since this game release. Yeah, sorry, Gizmo. From now on, the Gizmo missions do not give you XP for kills. That was the exploit. People would abuse that. And now you have to complete the mission to get XP for the mission, not for the actual kills. So that's gone, and say farewell. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. And now we're going to get into some of the stuff that's important, and you're going to see me test this at a 46 mastery solo queuing. And I am using the burn build I have on my video. And I just want y'all to see, and this was me just now, just fooling around, purposely trying to see how much damage I take, how much damage I can put out, playing with no hub as usual. I just like the visuals of the game, and it's very cool in that way. But the next piece of information, let's get into it. And don't kill me in the comments for the burn build players, but they fixed burn damage completely. Basically, you can't get as high up in the ranks. They say they've reset the leaderboards as well for all of us. So we're basically restarting over. Okay. And the burn scaling, basically, they made it so that they have you have reduced enemy health scaling for mastery levels 46 and above. All right, so they're trying to fix and balance the burn, and I felt it at 46. All right, I felt like it was easier to a certain extent when it comes to taking enemies out. Now, they still hit very hard. It actually felt like it hit a little bit harder. I was dealing with a lot of minions, and definitely felt it. So I do think that they would, I would say, buffed us in some ways, because now there's other things that are viable, but they also nerfed us for the burn build. So it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. It's still pretty much one of the most powerful in my estimation right now, until they fix the affliction issue on these incursions, where you can use venom more. That would be the one change I would ask, is make it so that venom is useful in here, because now you got enemies that you're buffing, making them hit each other, but they're not killing each other because they're healing each other in this incursion modifier. So if they tweak that, I think personally we'll be better off for this incursion. But the next incursion won't have the same modifiers. It'll be a different type of setup. So that's one of those things where it's like each one of these have to have a variety of mods. So we'll see how that works out. Now, I wanted to address a couple of things, and I do apologize ahead of time. You guys know I stay positive, and I usually don't get into anything negative. This is a waste of time, and life is too short to worry about it. Now, this is not negative. It's just concerns and issues. I cannot play co-op at all. Okay. Anytime I try, I get kicked out, lose connection. No matter who I tried it with, I've done it with hundreds of people already. All of my friends and random people on the Discord trying to co-op, trying to do more mastery levels, trying to farm, whatever we wanted to do. I could not get in. And I promise there's plenty of people watching this video frustrated, going into the comments, I can't believe they fixed all the glitches for XP, but they can't fix the game. And I totally feel you, because I am in the same boat when it comes to co-op. All I want is my co-op, because the game is amazing. I love this game, and I will be, continuing to play. And I cannot wait for the new seasons, and I can't wait to grind with my community like we were doing early on. I cannot wait to, hang out with Cloudy Chip, who's my partner in crime. But I'm suffering here only playing solo. This has become a solo game, which it shouldn't be. And that's a big issue. And I know there's other issues that people have had, and everybody has their own, experiences. Feel free to leave them in the comments. I'm not tech support, so I'm not here to tell you I'm going to fix whatever it is you're dealing with. But I do want to hear, and I want to express that I do feel where you guys are coming from, and you're not alone on these matters, okay? To kind of point out a couple of things, the mastery locked. Some people have been experiencing that. The finite crisis points not working. Talents resetting. And then, of course, me being stuck in the co-op. Those are the main ones that I'm seeing many people have, and it being an issue. And so what I will say, to kind of talk about the developer side, I have dealt with this type of thing in video games in a while. I had a lot of developer friends who explain things to me. And the truth is that you can't fix everything overnight. And there are some things that are easier to just address than others. So if I tell you right now, hey man, your car is dirty, you can clean the car in 5 minutes, right? Maybe you just get a bag, throw out the garbage, wipe it down, whatever it is. But if I tell you, hey, your engine needs some fixing, some changing, you're not going to be able to just say, oh, I'll take care of that real quick. So this is the same thing with video games. Me complaining about my co-op issue, or, let's say level progression on the masteries. All of those things are not going to happen in one quick swipe or press of a button. So we have to be patient, and we have to have some type of understanding that that's not how it goes. And of course, we paid for these games, and it's the developer's job to fix it, right? So I get that, but I don't know. We'll see what happens in the next coming week. It looks like I'm gonna have another week of waiting, guys. Another week of not being able to play co-op, and I'll still play the game, and we're gonna continue going. But for now, all we could do is hope that gets addressed. They did end the article saying that they will be working on changes, fixes, and trying to do the right thing here for the community, as they are currently, taking steps towards that. So I like the fact that they address it. And yeah. So do me a favor, go into the comments, be respectful, know that I'm not tech support, and just kind of share your experiences. If you have any fixes, workarounds for any of these things, feel free to share them with the community. Help out the community and talk with other people in there, so you can maybe share some information that they might need. And let's keep enjoying this game as we have. See you on the next one. Go ahead and watch that next video popping up right now. We appreciate you. Peace.